Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So the patch notes are now live. I'm going to have a link down in the description down below for you guys all to check out. I'm very excited about this. This was very anticipated. I was hoping it would come out Friday, but now it's actually live today. I was checking every single hour and it finally got posted. Technically, I already got a heads up about the presentation, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to record this and I want my live raw reaction to everything. I'm going to timestamp everything for you guys. Let's get the intro out of the way. Apologize for delaying. Let's get into it. Now with the patch notes, the biggest thing here is that we already know the new legend. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. It's a sniper-based legend. I'm very excited for Vantage specifically. We're going to be covering a lot of this in a future guide here on the channel. Definitely going to be covering this tomorrow and all of her abilities. So I'm very excited about that. We know, just going to cover it a little bit briefly, but you know, you aim down sights to scout with your eyepiece, unarmed or mid to long range scopes, and use the bullet drop indicator to see where your shots will land. Your tactical echolocation, position your wing companion Echo and launch towards him. Must have line of sight of Echo to launch. And of course your ultimate, Sniper's Mark. Use your custom sniper rifle to mark enemies, which applies damage bonus for you and your team. I have a video on it. You can definitely check out the video. I'll put them down in the description down for you all to see. Now I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on the Kings Canyon update. I'll put the link down in the description down below. We've already covered this before in the channel, so I won't spend a whole lot of time on it, but I will timestamp it for you guys all here. The level cap increase. So players can now go past level 500. The overall synopsis of this is that it is an additional 345 packs. The beauty behind this is that this means that you're able to get an heirloom, guaranteed. This total number of packs is now 544. The Battle Pass, certain Battle Pass challenges can be completed in either Battle Royale or non-Battle Royale modes, giving you flexibility to complete the Battle Pass your way. This is about ranked results. So this is very interesting. I still think this is the hardest split that we've seen with ranked in quite some time. I've been posting these during the spectating series, and I'm going to continue that series. It seems like everyone's been very interested in it. But we also have noticed that we have allowed the max tier distribution among players who played more than 10 hours of rank versus 12 or season 12 split 1. What's interesting, look at the distribution for Masters and Predator at the very bottom. It's 0.1% Master and 4.95% Predator, and that's for season 13. Now when you go to season 14, it's a whole different story. You know, you got 0.45% Masters. Actually, let me read that again. Hold on. As of August 2nd, 2022, we have the following max distribution among split 2 for players more than 10 hours of ranked. Okay. I had to read that again. Just look at the numbers. I don't know if that number's... I know that this is the official patch notes and everything. I don't know if this is right. So this is 0.1%. Is that total? I need to... I don't know why I'm second guessing that. I apologize, but I feel like that number... Something doesn't seem accurate about it. I don't know why. I don't know why that's kind of not right. What are the percentage based off of? For split 1C, we have the following max tier distribution among players who play more than 10 hours of ranked. Maybe it's because of the 10 hours of ranked. That's still very interesting nonetheless. 14 or 14.0 rank changes entry cost +5 to all. Kill KP remove diminishing returns on eliminations. Rank reset no change, resuming rank reset of 6 divisions. Huh. That's an interesting change. So season 14 changed. Comment down below if you understand this. This is my raw impressions or reaction to this. I don't know why these numbers confuse me. Because when I go to the rank distribution website, it seems like the numbers are different from what I'm seeing here. Unless it's like encompassing everything. Maybe that's what it is. I just know the master rank is not 0.45%. It's not 0.1. It should be higher than Apex Predator. Should be. Maybe I'm incorrect on that. Somebody comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on that. And maybe I'm misunderstanding and we can all have a debate and conversation. These rank changes though, this is going to be, the entry cost is going to go up again, but the rank reset is going to be interesting assuming that there's no change. Like the fact there's no change is very, very interesting. We're going to cover this on day 1. So this is balance updates going onwards. Apologize if that section was a little confusing. I was a little confused myself, so I just need clarity. So laser sights, we're going to have a guide on this. New attachment replaced barrels for SMGs and pistols, reduce hip fire spread. We're going to cover that. So this is for SMGs and pistols specifically, so not LMGs. And I did say that in my video that I wanted to highlight that and that I needed to confirm before like what actually was applicable. Crate rotation. I actually made an error on this too. So the big error, and I called myself on it many times, posted on my Discord and made all the changes in the video. The Rampage and the Bocek are going in the crate. What's coming out is a G7 Scout and the Volt. The crafting rotations, the wingman returns to the floor, so does a car SMG. The devotion enters the crafter, and the RE45 plus the hammer point combo enters the crafter. Now the gold rotation. is going to be Longbow, DMR, G7 Scout, Mozambique, R99, and Hemlock. The SMGs have been balanced. The base hipfire spread has increased. Assault rifles, base hipfire spread has been increased. The EVA-8, remember how we talked about it's going to get a major buff. Recoil improvements, now takes stocks. Going to be pretty helpful in terms of its reload. Remove 1 pellet from blast pattern. Rate of fire increase from 2.3 to 2.0. Pellet range increase from 7 to 6. So that's the damage, sorry. Pellet damage increase from 7 to 7 from 6. So that's a point damage increase. The bolt rate of fire bonuses increased white 1.1 to 1.1, 1.125. So the bolt had a buff as well as the purple bolt. So the blue and the purple bolt both got a buff. Now, it was definitely assumed that the Bocek going into the crafter was going to get a buff. So the draw speed is going from 70 to 60. Tempo draw speed from 0.38 to 0.32. Shatter cap pellet damage increased from 12 to 11. From 11, increase, so that's an increase, sorry, yeah. Fired arrows can no longer be collected. Arrow spawns have been removed from the floor. Interesting, okay. And the Rampage LMG damage increased from 28 to 28 from 26, so 2-point damage increase there. Rampage comes with a thermite. Interesting, so that's definitely a buff coming into the care package in itself. Volt SMD reduced from 15 to 15 from 17, so 2-point damage decrease. Car SMG no longer takes barrel attachments. That is an interesting change. Huh, okay. That's definitely a nerf to the car SMG. That's definitely going to switch things up a little bit. G7 Scout. Damage reduced from 34 to 34 from 36. Headshot multiplier reduced from 1.75 from 2.0. Double tap has now had a burst delay increase from 0.4 to 3.75. The L-Star got a buff. Increased projectile speed, increased number of shots before overheat at base from 24 from 20. They removed the bright red flash when hitting non-armored targets. The RE45 increased iron sight FOV to 70 to be consistent with other pistols. Increased stray speed by 5% to be consistent with other pistols. It's a quality of life change. I wouldn't really call that a buff, it's just quality of life. Wingman now uses sniper ammo magazines. We talked about that change. Definitely a big interesting change. The ammo stack for the snipers has changed to 28, so that's an increase holding additional 4 bullets. Sniper ammo boxes now contain 14 rounds instead of 12, so slight increase to the sniper ammo. Probably that's a quality of life balance change. I don't know if it's a buff. I know it's a buff. That's a buff, right? Spitfire recoil adjustments to increase vertical barrel climb. Okay, Spitfire now uses light ammo and magazines. Okay, we knew that change was there. 3030 dual reloader has worked into the base of the 30. Wow, okay, that's a major buff to the 3030. I was wondering what they're gonna do with that. Now it takes Skull Piercer. Okay, I like it. That's pretty huge. That's really that's big. Mastiff projectile growth reduced. Base fire reduction, so that the dual loader was removed as well from the Mastiff. Now for the hop-up, I wonder if they removed it. We'll look in a second. Sentinel's Deadeye tempo has been worked into the base of the Sentinel. Very interesting. That does clear up the hop-ups, specifically on ground loot. So let's look at the hop-ups change. Double tap has been added, so that's the burst mode for EVA-8 and G7 Scout. Skull Piercer, 35% headshot damage increase on the longbow, wingman at 30-30. They removed the Deadeye's tempo and the Shadowcast from floor loot, and the boosted loader has been reduced to epic quality from legendary. That's just a quality of life, small minor change there. Backpack gold perk now is called Deep Pockets. So this is the stat res that we were seeing. Deep Pockets increases battery medkits now stacked to 3 in your inventory. Phoenix kits now stacked to 2 in your inventory. The knockdown shield, that self-revive, is now removed from the game. This is now the perk of Guardian Angel, which was previously the gold backpack. Now, Arcstar. Reduce stick damage on armor from 10 to 10 from 40. That's a nerf. They removed the aim slow on stick remains on detonation. Okay, well, at least a stick is removed. That's a compromise. So this is an Arcstar nerf. Detonation damage increased to 75 from 70. Why not just remove the slow altogether? That's what I would advocate for. I don't like the aim slow, but at least during the stick, at least there's that little bit of time. But hey, middle ground, Arcstar got nerfed. I'm happy about that. Explosive holes. Added blue attachments to possible spawns. They added laser sights to the pool, reduced spawn rate of gold magazines. So a bit of a nerf to explosive holds, but they added some stuff to it. Now legends. This is going to be the interesting one. Okay, Valkyrie. Acceleration on activation decreased by about 8%. Fuel consumption and activation increased by 33%, so that's a nerf. Aerial boosting and strafing takes a 20% debuff when hit by slowing effects. Added a third orange state to the fuel meter UI between green and red. Interesting. Interesting. That's just most of the jets. Okay. Missile swarm. Aim, turn slow removed. Move slow duration decreased from 2.5 to 2. Reduce the explosion radius from 175 to 125. Across the board a nerf. Height reduction reduced by 25%. This is one we're gonna have to look at. I might make a video. I want to see the before and after of this. Launch time reduced from 5.5 to 5. Coupled with a height reduction, players in Valkyrie will now travel upward at a slightly slower speed. Wow, this is interesting. Okay, I mean, this is definitely a response from ALGS because her pick rate was near, I almost want to say it was 100%, if not maybe like 95%. It was really high, and in some rounds it was 100%. Now let's talk about Horizon. Black hole adjustments to Nudie's hitbox to make destroying it more reliable, so that's definitely a nerf. Nudie takes 50% more damage from explosives. Wattson, I guess it's a buff. Improvements to perimeter security placement system. Okay. I mean, well, I guess I'll have to see what that looks like. We could just say it's an improvement, but what does it actually do? Newcastle, retrieve the wounded. Increase movement speed during a revive by 25%. So Newcastle got a buff. Reduce turn slow while reviving by 50%. Okay. Increase white knockdown shield health. Okay, so buff there. That was, I think this is more of an adjustment. It's like we got a buff, but then we got a bit of a nerf there. Increase HP from 350 to 500. Double max movement speed. So that's a buff there. Castle wall added turn slow to electrical barrier effects. Increases severity of the slow effect to movement. So more punishing. So that's a bit of a buff. Mad Maggie got a buff, it looks like. Right drill. Projectile launch speed doubled. Interesting. Wrecking ball will travel twice as far while dropping the same amount of magnets. Duration increased from 5 seconds to 10 seconds. Magnet spawns delay increased from 0.4 to 8 seconds. Wrecking ball will deal damage to enemy placeable objects. Black market, caustic walls, castle walls, excuse me. Exhibit, death totem, mobile shield. Interesting. So that could be, I don't know if it will also destroy Gibraltar's dome of protection. What? That's a big change. It will also destroy Gibraltar's dome of protection. Wow. Okay. Wow. That one is that's wild. That's a huge buff to Maggie. Wow, I didn't think about that in terms of like a buff to Mad Maggie to really counter Gibraltar. That one's very interesting. That's my raw reaction. I'm very interested. Mad Maggie might be very viable now. Fixed Wrecking Ball, not blinding and slowing enemies. Okay. We trade one thing for another. Rampart now ignores friendly collision on amp cover placement. Placing walls around teammates will feel more smooth. That's good. Caustic fixed gas ramping bug with transition from friendly to enemy gas would initially damage from more than intended. Okay. Mirage decoys will now be scanned by Valkyrie skydiving. Mirage decoys will be picked up by Seer's heartbeat sound. Because this is a Mirage buff. It's quality of life, but it probably should have already been there. But fix a bug where Mirage decoys were picked up by Seer exhibit as AI and not players. Revenant Death Totem will now show a placement preview when activated instead of placing immediately. Crafting update. Interesting. Let's see what buffs and nerfs are here. Team use harvesters. When a player interacts with the materials harvester, all players in their team will be given the materials. Wow, that's a good buff. I like that. That's actually nice. Okay. Remove shadow rounds from crafting. All right, that makes sense. Remove hammer points from base crafting. Okay, that makes sense. Heavy energy and sniper max price increased from 35 to 25. Oh, okay. I mean, that's fine. Laser sight added to crafting. That's fine. Stock and barrel price reduced from 25 to 25. 30. Good buff for stock and barrel. Added skull piercer. They added the double tack. They added the kinetic feeder. Increased shotgun bolt price from 30 to from 25. They reduced 2x4 cog price. The A cog from 30 to 30 from 35. So. Interesting change. The maps rotating for this is a lot of patch notes. This is actually kind of good. The maps rotating for public matches during Hunted Ark, Kings Canyon, World's Edge, and Stormpoint. So Olympus is coming out of rotation. All Battle Royale maps, replicators and crafters have been rebalanced across the map. Interesting. I wonder what it like would more or just replace. Ring adjustments. Ring 1 damage increased from 2 to 3 HP, equivalent to Ring 2. Ring 1 pre-shrink decreased from 180 to 60. Closing time. Wow, interesting. Kings Canyon 410, which was 432. King World's Edge 342, 432. Wow, that's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to see how that plays out, how the pacing changes. That's interesting. Let me know what you guys think down below on that one. World's Edge removes some frustrating final rings at staging that were causing heal-offs. Fragment East loot buff from low tier to medium, added out of bounds to West Rocks at Lava Siphon. Lava Siphon. Okay. Oh, they already added that though. They've already changed that. Quality of life, noon mode, map name UI, unload screen, and start flow. Winning and champion tags added to the scoreboard. Added ability to use tap interact prompts when conflicted to hold. Added flourish to crafting materials to the HUD when they increase. Added flourish item. Added accessibility switch turning on text to speech. When dropping from dropship, the POI lands is now displayed. Now, the last bit here is just bug fixes. I'm not going to cover all of them. Let's see ones that I can highlight right off the rip. Hipfire reticle now changed based on FOV. Hipfire reticle is now changed size based on FOV. Okay, fixed bug where canceling a lifeline revive would cancel it, and other bugs or other teammates also being revived by a lifeline. Crypto's open now destroys Wattson's pylon. That should have already been, but that's just a bug. Let's see anything about Loba. I know they already fixed it, but fixed a bug where Pathfinder's zipline would be destroyed if placed on a new spawn beacon. Okay, fixed a bug for heat shield would disappear. Fixed a bug Mirage decoy not show up to scan for legends. I don't think I see anything. I see just more or less like just natural bug fixes that should have been here. I know there's been other things that you guys have been experiencing. I'm experiencing a ranked with the replicators that were crashing people out, causing you to not be able to access your UI, probably flickering of the UI. I don't really see that here. I could be missing it. Fixed a bug where the buy menu would close each time a teammate completes a purchase or closes the buy menu. Maybe that's what they mean. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap up here. I'll let you guys look at the bug section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Pretty solid patch notes. I actually think this is a pretty solid base. I like this. This is really, really solid. Thank you guys again. I will be posting a lot of content tomorrow, so be sure to keep a lookout for that. Appreciate all of you guys for supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.